was a deck list from the SCG 5K. I think it went like 5 and 2 or 6 and 2. It's playing a bunch of reasonable cards, just like good top end tier in this. We've got a white splash for good disruptive threats. I think Redain's a card that really gives you a chance as a more aggressively slanted mid-range deck to get under things like the Epiphany deck. So let's dive on into some games with this and see if it has the tools that we need to be competitive against the controlling decks of the format. So the Prime J Duffy. Worth casting the shield to remove bird damage? Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. Our curve here is super good. You can find another 3 or a 4 to curve after Redeem. Be in a great spot. I guess on 4 we can even just activate Ranger class. Thanks for the follow. Grimmel Mail. Alright, let's do this. We get to do this into Rockfall Vale, level the Ranger class, and then we have Renin 7 next turn, theoretically. Oh, this is an artifact on the backside too, right? Yeah, so they can just like shatter it with Prismari Command. Prismari Command gives those decks so much utility. You see 11 months, little Siggy. Good morning, and welcome back. Huh. Is Renin 7 even good on this board? It's not, right? What if I Shatter Skull smashing the Painter? And then that means I can attack with the Wolf? What's going on, is it tough? My Unite highlight is up for the day as in Toth. I'm going to be moving those to a new YouTube channel. You can check it out there. Because if they sack this now, they take a big hit because it taps it. So it gives it an extra counter in the long term, but it means I get to go ahead and crack for 6 here, so we can maybe set ourselves up to Reese. Yeah, it was the channel that previously had the Rune Terra stuff on it. I deleted all those. That channel's already partnered and monetized, so figured I might as well use it for something. Well, that cannot take my Ren. That can take my Renge, yeah. Edge. We're gonna need Ranger class to do some heavy lifting here. That's a great card to have on top. I don't think Ice Fang is a bad attack. I just think when you take Ice Fang on Mamoswine, the role Mamoswine is filling isn't the role that he's supposed to play. I view Mamoswine as like a CC control for the opposing enemy team, and he just doesn't do that well with Ice Fang. The like random coding interviews that they put, I hate coding interviews. It's like, come on now. Why do you expect me to have this nonsense memorized? I can just look it up, have a reference material. And just like look at my it's a lot of looks, chat. This thing has first strike too. Well, wow. Why isn't my chariot a creature? It's usually a creature that's on the battlefield. I think I'm jumping to deny them a card here. I don't really need... I don't really need the extra mana at this point. Is Cathar better than Fairground Warden? Is Fairground Warden standard legal? That's an old card, right? Are you talking about in formats outside of standard? Brutal Cathar flips into a 3/3 with first strike, and it can exile multiple creatures. I think Brutal Cathar is the best Banisher Priest ever printed. To answer your question. Someday Rangers class is gonna show us a creature on top of our deck, chat. And when that day happens, it's gonna be glorious. Skyclave Apparition isn't a Banisher Priest. So for the Magic Zoomers out there, Banisher Priest is a effect that just exiles target opposing creature that we've had a lot of variations on over the years. So Brutal Cathar and Skyclave Apparitions are different types of cards. They have a somewhat similar effect, but I wouldn't put them in the same category. Faceless Butcher is a black card, right? So not really a Banisher Priest, not in the same class of characters, class of cards. That was a torment card, right? Odyssey block somewhere in there. Scion is just burying us, so we just cannot catch a break. Just endless bricks on top of the deck. We really don't have good sideboard options here, huh? I guess I'll bring in Play with Fire and a Burning Hands, but we'll bring in this instead to try and generate some card advantage. We don't really have good ways to kill their larger threats here. When you ask Rangers class to do heavy lifting for you and all it grants you is a bunch of bricks, big mood. Big mood. Three-quarters of a year, Redcap Lord. Welcome back. Gelatinous Cube is strictly better Faceless Butcher, isn't it? It's a good shout. Hey, turn 3 Chariot on the play. Let's go. It's Edge. They don't have a blocker. We have turn 3 Toski, get to draw a card. Let's see, though. There's a chance these Lotus Cobras should come out in this matchup because they have, like, Shambling Guests and stuff. Do they have a way to kill Toski here? Because if they could kill Lotus Cobra, they should have done it on their turn, right? Alright, deal. And then if they just have one blocker this turn, we get to Brutal Cathar. If I do this, this land makes 2 mana. We gotta just hope to not get Meat Hook massacred next turn. Woo! Kills Toski. Hey, the Bearer of Secrets is definitely responsible for that, W. Easy mulligan here with the green mana. Sigh and keep the 4-land 6-card hand. Hopefully they duress me. Rats. They played the 1-mana black spell, hit the stack, and I got real excited there for a second. Get to unmulligan if they brick on a discard spell. Their aggressive start is not great for my my slow one. This Cobra's a decent draw, gives us to do before turn 3 here at least. Even if it's a little bit awkward into Shambling Ghast. At least if the Ghast is killing Cobra, it's then not killing Spellbinder. Honestly, I'm just gonna trade here. Keep some pressure off the table long term because they're not gonna get extra treasures. They just didn't think I would block and they'd get damage in. Got him. Got him. Well, they have plenty of lands for that. Probably the best draw in our deck. They could transform him back, but I kind of like leaving him on this side here with the ward pay 3 life when they're so low. This lets me save Dragonfire to kill a creature land too. Old Span Dragon's still pretty good. Is Ward evergreen? Yeah, I believe so. Which is good. I really like Ward as a mechanic. It's so much better than Hexproof. Gives them a lot more flexibility in design. Still make sure creatures removal resistant. All right, I need to restart the client. How are you doing, folks? Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. We have a quick arena patch coming here. Almost certain to fix every bug in the client, I would venture to guess. Morning, Helmet. My #1 favorite game on the shelf behind me. So you can see that one that says New York that's a little bit blurry. That's New York Slice. I'm gonna say that one, but I'm also biased because I'm their world champion from Gen Con 2 years ago. 3 years ago? It's technically 3 years ago now, right? Yeah, because it was canceled last year and happened this year. It was the year before that I won. Any love for Dominion or Ascension? So there's actually a bunch of boxes of Dominion in the corner down there. I actually think one of the expansions technically is still in plastic. We haven't played it before. Dominion and Ascension are fine. They're just kind of like Dominion and Ascension are kind of just like the OG deck building games, and a lot of the newer deck building games just like iterated on the genre in a way that made them better. If you're interested in some of my recommendations for board games, this tweet is still super relevant. All of these games are great. If you're someone that likes to play party games, if you've got a group of friends that are all vaccinated and you hang out again in person, Hive Mind, I think, is arguably the best game Richard Garfield has ever designed. I don't think he'll ever top that one. It's an excellent party game. No love for the most unbalanced deck builder of all time, DC deck builder. So, we actually just don't play that many card/deck building games with my board game group because the people we play board games with tend to be a mix of Muggles and Magic players, and it's not really fair to like pair Magic players against Muggles when you're playing board games. Yeah. I mean, like, people that play a lot of games in general tend to be better even at board games, but, like, in deck building games specifically, the skill balance is extra prevalent. Evolution is great. It's really good. Usually board games don't really have like a players interacting with players component. And Evolution does, because you can eat people's evolution chains, and it's really good. Start here and decide what to do from there. I hate co-op games. They're almost never well balanced. Co-op games too frequently turn into one person managing the game to min-max things for the group. It takes a lot of the fun out of it. I like Betrayal at House on the Hill because it's like a co-op game to start that ends up being PvP. think Betrayal's well done. Played a lot of that one. Thanks for the follow, Hark. Sage the Paladin, thanks for the brand new sub. I appreciate the support. And drawing all these Dragonfire sucks. Actually, let's do this first. Because then we can crew... spread these counters out from the Ranger classes here, I think. Yeah, Spellbinder does let them see more cards with things like Deluge, and it helps the ranks a little bit, technically. Man, they got the full 3 effects off of Revelry there. I think we're still in an okay spot, though. I can kill these things and attack them next turn. Or we could just do that.
We prefer not to feed the trees. They prepare for war.
They prepare for war! Faithful Mending. Interesting. This is a neat card to pair with Sunset Revelry specifically, because this wants you to be down cards on your opponent. And this is technically card disadvantage. God, what just incredibly bad luck.
We will help you find safe.
These are actually the worst spell in my deck against a control deck. Have drawn 3 of our 4 copies in the top quarter of our deck. Hey, 50 BFD, thanks for the 20 months. Welcome back. What's a Redeem? Okay. Yoshi's Crafted World is great. Really, really good game. I think we just kill this, huh? Oh. Yikes. That was kind of rude, chat. Is this lethal? So I do this. We exile this. I play a land. I have 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I believe I have exactly lethal, right? Because this will make a token to crew this. 3, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's exactly lethal. And that is more than lethal. Look at that Ranger class pippity popping off finally, chat. We were due. We'd been saving up our cumulative variance for a moment like this. Ranger class Otis, a good one. Got these dragon fires. Honestly, probably cut some of these brutal Cathars too, right? Like, it was okay there at the end, so we need to get rid of Valir, but they don't have that many creatures. You could bring in these brush fire elementals. Trim something else to drag the curve down, maybe. Maybe I just want one of these. The Blight Blades are for the creature matchups. Green and white aggro. Thanks for the follow, smiley face. Good morning, good morning. He's a white source, but we're on the draw, so seems very reasonable. I think we do this, and then if we draw untapped land next turn, we go Cobra, play a land, upgrade the Ranger class. Yeah, Wadakis. Chariot copying Ren and 7 tokens is a big part of the green decks of the standard format. It's a very strong interaction. Perfect. No, your problem. Never feel bad for asking a question. Yeah, the two kind of headlining things in Zeta right now are people taking extra turns with Aldrin's Epiphany, and then people doing things with Ren and 7 and Chariot. She's really good, Thantos. I actually posted a second highlight with her this morning. So yesterday I played Mystic Fire and Draining Kiss, and today I posted a video set with Mystic Fire and Calm Mind. His field underpowered. Yeah, I think Calm Mind's probably the better of the two after playing with it. Trick-taking games like Hearts. I don't know what that means. I don't know what a trick-taking game is. I don't know what any of those are. I know those are regular card games, but I don't know what. I couldn't tell you the rules. I don't know how to play them. I can play poker, blackjack, and I probably vaguely remember the rules of cribbage. We used to play that with my grandpa growing up. I think I need to chill on committing more to the board because this could be a Doomscar. This is probably a spell, huh?
Those who harm the trees can fight their own battles.
I think that's gonna be a spell. This is why Fading Hope's a format staple, by the way. Yeah, we play non-standard card games with the kids. How was it? Point Salad is the quick card game we probably play the most with the boys. They really like that one. It's a genuinely good game. It's a deck draft or point draft. It's a drafting game. It's not a deck building game, but it's a drafting game.
We will help you find yourself.
Casual draw 3, no big. Spellbinder here, see what's up, and then we'll Brush Fire Elemental, make a land drop, attack them. Get rid of the Mind Flayer here. They want to Doomscar these two off the table, that seems fine for us. We get 0 Ren with the Brush Fire. We could, couldn't we? Gets us. It's a lot of landfall triggers. Hey, look, chat. The game was really close, and then my opponent cast Aldern's Epiphany. Okie doke. Alright, with a bunch of eggs, I probably want a bunch of Brutal Cathars. We did not see the egg in the first game. He's enough. Over under on Epiphany being banned. I don't know. Depends on how it does this weekend at Worlds. Wizards is pretty notoriously hesitant to ban cards in Magic. It's actually 10 out of the 16 decks at Worlds are playing the card Epiphany. Just for reference. One of those 10 is only playing like 2 copies just because it's in blue, so it might as well play some, but there's nine dedicated turns decks, I believe, and then yeah, I don't know. Unless they intend to print a bunch of cards that let us interact with cards in Exile, like Eldrazi processors, you really can't Can't interact with it. If this hand draws lands for the next 3 turns, it's very good. My body is ready to brick and die, though. We'll take one more draw step before we bounce along to the next one. Listen, Magic the Gathering says 13 plus in the box. 13-year-olds are definitely children. I'd argue most 18-year-olds are still children. I would assume that a lot of you are young at heart, but in my mind, formal adulthood starts, I don't know, let's say somewhere in like the 24 to 26 range. Like when I'm interacting with like people out in the world, which happens less these days, I feel like there's less of a marked difference in terms of like where people are at in life and like what their life experience is once you get past like 25 or so. For the 16 months, Gagak. And obviously there's a lot of life experiences and backgrounds that differ for a lot of people, but my poor spell land shit. Science says the brain is fully developed at 25. Is that true? That's interesting. I actually didn't know that. But that is a thing you are presenting as a fact that backs up my anecdotal experience. So since this is the internet, I'm going to assume it's true and not ask you to validate it. Castrowiki, thanks for the prime. I appreciate the 14 months. Welcome back. It's an objective opinion, chat. I would like to block. Sure. I'm glad you're sure about where your Prime sub's going. Thanks for the support. Ida, thanks for the follow. So we Lotus Cobra, and then we land Spellbinder. All right, so I feel like I want the removal to be a little bit different in this deck. We don't have great removal against these Goldspan decks. Our Dragonfires kill it when we have exactly Goldspan. I guess we have Wrenn and 7 to block, technically. All right, none of our cards seem super exciting here. Maybe we just like take the more aggressive slant with Brushfire. None of my interaction seems good. That's probably the line. Watch your YouTube all the time. I was that disgusting Jeskai Alder deck. I wanted to come and apologize. You should never feel bad about beating me in a match of Magic. It is, even if you're playing things that the community, even if you think they should be removed or I think they should be removed, it is never the player's responsibility to make Magic fun for me. It's Wizards. It's Wizards' job. It's Wizards' job to make sure their game is balanced and fun for people. So, if you're having fun playing Jeskai, you're doing it. You're doing everything right. I'm glad you enjoyed the YouTube stuff. Thanks for dropping in live today. If anything, please go win more, because I would like the card to go away. is a mood. Have you considered winning more frequently to help the community as a whole? Please and thank you. I'm in charge of game design at Wizards of the Coast. What's the first thing I do to improve the game as a whole? I announced Standard is going to be a digital-only format moving forward, and we're going to aggressively moderate it via bans and unbans to keep the format fresh and interesting for the digital platform. Oh, and then I actually banned Brainstorm and Historic to give people the wild cards they deserve. No, I wouldn't scrap Cardboard Magic. Cardboard Magic is great and it's never going anywhere. I just wouldn't push Standard as a cardboard format. I would lean into EDH and Modern and all those non-rotating formats that people love for paper Magic. And I would make Standard be digitally focused. If you set the expectation that this is a digital format and we're gonna moderate the format more with bans and unbans, it's like that's a big part of why Wizards is so slow to address problems in Magic, is because they're not just banning and unbanning cards from the perspective of we need to make the game fun. They also need to ban and unban from the perspective of we need our loot boxes to be profitable that we're selling to people. So there's tension there in terms of can we make the game fun and the loot box is still profitable? Huh? Gosh, we're so close to lethal with Ren 0 here. So I can bolt this and then play this. This is a 3/3 and this is a 5/5. And then I could Ren 0 and put these into play, which would make this a 7/7 and this a 7/7. And they have this pesky blocker. And then I'd be dead on the backswing, which is big sad because I have to bolt to do this. I guess we start here. Yikes. If I attack like this, I die to a removal spell. Or are we dead in the backswing if I block? Because I have to bolt for that sequence, which puts me to 6. Because I can't put this into play off of Ren 0 because this is a sorcery in my hand. It's not a land. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave myself to do a Doomblade here and just ship like this. Nobberdom, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate the prime. Welcome back. Works in paper magic, yeah, probably. Or we're dead to a play with fire with this line too, right? It's the same as Doomblade. Am I dead yet? Ingenious inspiration. Rats, they were smart enough not to learn, chat. I wanted information about their sideboard. Hey, game 3 on the play. Let's do it. Let's do it, and do it, and do it, and do it again. Opponent's deck is sweet. This has been a good match of Magic. Mid-rangey decks playing against each other tends to generate those. Some good combat choices, some good counting in terms of the race. One thing I liked about Hearthstone, my only other card game experience, was that it was solely digital, so cards were often reduced to uselessness and balance changes, but never banned. It gives flexibility. Yeah, I kind of just accept that they're not going to change the text on cards. But I also think that, like, they could do a lot more with the ban list, even without... Magic has less tools for balancing their game than purely digital card games do, but they also don't use the tools that they have to the best extent they could be. So yes, they have less options, but they still don't use the options that they have to the best of their abilities, in my opinion. But that's just, like, my opinion, man. It is, in fact, my objective opinion. I think errataing cards is messy no matter what the format is, because having cards do different things in different formats is kind of a disaster. Definitely missing green mana here. Also, outside of, like, making Aldrin's Epiphany cost like 2 to 3 more mana, I don't think you can fix its design. I think its design fundamentally just isn't good. Outside of making it prohibitively expensive to cast, it's just a bad design. There still be a point to booster packs to standard was digital only. Yeah, the point of booster packs has always been the same thing, chat. The reason why we have booster packs is to fleece you, the consumer, for all the money you will give Wizards of the Coast. Just to prey on the gambling addictions of people at home. Maybe I'm supposed to take one of these, actually, since I have a Dragonfire in hand. They could just put, like, 2/2/3 Death Touchers here, right? No, they shouldn't put a time limit on how long things should be suspended for. Suspension just shouldn't exist. They should just give people wild cards when they get rid of a card that they can no longer play with. Chat, Wizards of the Coast isn't going to go broke if they give you extra wild cards and then unban the card. Listen, if you ban Brainstorm and then later have some kind of mental break and decide that it should be legal again for some reason, you could just let people have 4 rare wild cards. It's fine. The blood chief is thirsty, chat. But think about the investors. I am thinking about the investors. Listen, chat, you give your first bump of the drug for free, and occasionally you give them samples to keep them coming back because they like you as your dealer if you give them samples on occasion. Giving people a little bit of something for free builds consumer confidence and encourages them to feel confident in your product. Someone said there were good foils in the store. One moment, please. Definitely gonna play Lisa again. I already have that one. Yeah, it's probably the only other one I need. So I've ranted about this before, but the idea that it shows to me how Stockholm syndromed card game players are, that when you bring up improving the arena economy, people are like, you know what we really need, Jeff? We need a dusting system. We need the ability to turn my card into 1/4 or 1/5 or some fractional amount of what it should actually be. That would be fair and reasonable to let me to destroy 4 cards to get 1 card. No, chat. You're an injured individual who's been hurt by a predatory system living under late-stage capitalism. You don't need dusting to make the economy better. Dusting also fucking sucks. I get that Blizzard trained you to think that dusting is okay, but no, it's not. They're also ridiculously bad. Isn't the vault the replacement for dusting? No, the vault is a temporary system that will be replaced as soon as Magic Arena leaves beta. Chat, they don't want the economy to be better. You just, like, honestly, let's just move on from this topic of conversation, because the economy is what it is because it's profitable, and it's never going to change because they're never going to stop being profitable. You just got to accept it for what it is or move on and play something else. Viva Lid, thanks for the prime. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. There's no reason for them to change it, chat. Magic Arena makes buckets of money. Sorry, if it looked like I was doing something on my other screen for a second there, I was. This is Magic Arena for just September 2021 on just Google Play. Mobile version of Magic Arena made $1 million on just Google Play in September of 2021. One platform. Robo Reagan, Normally I write out a big long chat that ends in a goof, but I figured I'd be more sincere this time around. Appreciate all the hours of entertainment. I appreciate the 28 months. Thanks for keeping me around. How does that site get their information? I don't know offhand, but I've talked to people in the industry, and I'm under the understanding that their metrics are accurate.
We are wilting.
I wish I had something more concrete to give you than that, but I've asked people that worked in the industry and have worked on games that have been represented on there, and they've told me that those metrics are correct. So I would assume that in general they tend to be correct for most things. Oh, Blizzard Brawl, chat. Blizzard Brawl. What you're saying is there's no way to hire additional developers. The money just isn't there. Exactly that. Hasbro, the parent company of Wizards, currently has a 12.4 billion market cap. It's good to be the king, chat. I'm blocking. Am I dragon's firing this? I think I'm dragon's firing this. Going to keep my threats. Yeah, but like 12 million over the course of the year from just one mobile platform means that, like, you know, Arena's probably not unrealistically, Arena could be doing, you know, what, 8 figures, 9 figures in a year? Could realistically be pushing 100 million? Once you add in iOS and desktop purchases. Hey, Astral Flames, thanks for the brand new Prime. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. I think we just do this. We're kind of winning this race. The math's a little muddled because they have a few different sequences they could take here between the Faceless Haven and the Blizzard Brawl. We have a creature land as well, though. It's going well. Life is swell. People are wild at Eric Dared. So untapped land's not even a terrible draw here, because it lets us kill the Briarbridge tracker, and then also fire up the Den of the Bugbear here to crack for 6 total. So if they want to drop a Zika's Chariot here, they have to leave back all their blockers because Redain Goblin tokens kill them. Well, 3 attackers that can get through for at least 1, plus the 2 in the air. Howdy, Fabs. The Google version only lets you spend $20 at a time. That's wild. Yeah, it's actually not uncommon for places to cap how much you can spend on mobile, because the mobile stores take a larger cut than desktop stores. Okay, Cadillac's not bad for us either, so we can't kill them this turn. There's no point in attacking with this. We'll go ahead and we'll smack them for 2 and we'll play Cadillac of their own. Light Blade and Burning Hands here. Is this a Redeem matchup? I can't decide if it's a Redeem matchup. I don't think it's a Spellbinder matchup. Play with Fire seems fine. I feel like this has got to be a Redeem out matchup. I know the Snowland part isn't super relevant, and it only hits Chariot and Ren, and they have Gnarled Professor here, which makes me think they're less likely to have things like Ren and 7. So just hitting Chariot doesn't sound super appealing. There's a final tally on the charity. When I added my $1,000 match at the end of the day, we ended up raising just over $5,200 for the American Heart Association. Hey, thanks for the 14 months, Wasatch Warrior. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So thanks again to everyone that contributed. Great stream. That stream segment didn't end up on YouTube until this morning because it was one giant 5-hour video. But the 5 hours of us changing decks literally every match is available on YouTube now. Hey, Gred, thanks for the half year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Is Untapped down? Oh, you know what? I restarted. Let me restart Untapped because I did update Arena in the middle. Hopefully the Arena update didn't kill Untapped. That would be bad. Yeah, I think we can keep this in the draw. We got double removal spell. Need to draw some lands, but I have a decent shot at it. Let me know if Untapped is working again. I just reloaded it. Otherwise, I'll ping their folks. It worked, sweet. Yeah, I must have needed to restart it when I updated. Thanks for the heads up. Alright, let's just like draw lands for the next 3 turns. 2 turns at least. Need 2 lands the next 3 cards. So unite at 1 p.m. Central, thereabouts, maybe a little bit before. If you're not ready, if you're not ready until 1, that's fine. I can always play a couple of solos or duos before. Sure, that 33 months, Big Mama. Welcome back. I mean, this is actually a really good draw if we hit lands the next 2 turns now. So, after the fact, if you don't follow me on Twitter, I posted just my total yearly incomes for every year that I've been doing content as a job. So if you're interested in how much money does Jeff Hoagland make, you can head over to twitter.com/Jeff Hoagland. And no, I'm not going to give you the numbers, so I want you to click on my Twitter page. Give me the engagement. Engagement for the engagement gods, chat. I've been doing content full-time since the beginning of 2018. So I posted my 2018, 2019, 2020, and current 2021 metrics. I don't make ninja money, but I'm relatively comfortable. I think one of the most interesting metrics from the Twitch data leak overall was a stat that someone posted. A stat that someone posted was the 1,000 streamers or whatever that got, or the 10,000 streamers that got leaked were approximately 0.1% of the total people streaming on Twitch, and 25% of the top 0.1% of Twitch don't make minimum wage streaming on Twitch. So the amount of about 10% of my total income per year every year has been from YouTube revenue. Okay, say that again. 25% of the top 0.1% of streamers on Twitch don't even make minimum wage. To put it in another context, there are only 2,000 streamers in the world that make 50 grand or year per more from Twitch from 2019 and 2020 stats that got posted. If you looked at the metrics that the data that got posted, there were only about 2,000 people that made 50 grand or year per more on Twitch as a platform. YouTube can be very profitable if the algorithm wants to promote your content. No, that includes just from Twitch. You had Vespel Arc combo in the queue for tomorrow. We definitely can Duck Doolittle. Thanks for the biddies. I appreciate it. I'm sorry for requesting Runeterra in 2020. I hope this helps. I mean, I wouldn't have played Runeterra if I wasn't enjoying it then. Yeah, for reference, CGB posted a video yesterday. CGB posted a video yesterday that he shared all of his YouTube revenue, and his estimated YouTube revenue for 2021 was like 30 grand a month, which is just like incredible. I did not think, yes, his YouTube is estimating that he'll make almost $500,000 from just YouTube ad revenue in 2021. I was very surprised that he posted that because YouTube really does not like people sharing that type of stuff. It's been a while since I looked through the exact specifics of my YouTube partner contract, but I was under the impression that that was a no-no. Yeah, that was mine. You weren't supposed to tell them the exact number. You could paint broad strokes, but yeah. So, I am not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. My understanding is that under U.S. law, it is protected for employees to be able to talk about how much money they make at their job. Their employer can't prevent them from doing that. However, people that make Twitch and YouTube stuff are not employees of Google or Amazon. We are 1099 contractors, and contractors basically can get fucked in whatever way that they want to fuck you. Is the TLDR of that wonderful system. We're just dead here, right? They took 2 turns, we missed a land drop. Chess is the founding fathers intended. Yeah, exactly. I do like the sideboard play in this deck, yeah. So we get to cut our kind of mediocre removal and bring in some Brushfire Elementals, an extra Dean to be more aggressive. I think Outland Liberator comes in here too. Actually, we probably leave some Brutal Cathars for the purpose of tagging their eggs. From what I saw for your stats yesterday, Jeff, you pay approximately 50K a year to play variety stuff. Kind of press a pick. So I think my metrics would have been maybe not quite as bad if I hadn't like fully taken a magic break for a few months in 2020. But also part of that income drop off wasn't just related to doing variety games. Like I had a marked drop in both concurrent viewers and concurrent subscribers when I started talking about political things on stream freely. I wouldn't change that decision or do it differently because I think it's important to talk about the things that matter to me and the things that I think are important in the world. But that also definitely had an impact. We just play Cobra here, right? And then we can play another Cobra into a Spellbinder next turn. Yeah, I can also kill this, and then I can go Cobra into Ranger class here. I think we've hit a better balance in general post-election. Election time, we were on that topic a lot. I think we take this opportunity to play the Chariot outright, because I can go Snake into this, into Chariot. I couldn't find your OnlyFans numbers on your Twitter. That's everything. It includes my small amount of Patreon dollars. I'll have you know my Patreon made $9.54 last month, chat. Yeah, I have a Patreon that I don't promote. It basically just exists for the small number of people who don't like giving money to Amazon but still want to give me money. As effectively a small business owner, I firmly believe in taking money from people in whatever way they want to give you money, so there are a small number of people that just like don't want to support Amazon in any way, and I can understand that, but what moves do you recommend for Ninetales? Dazzling Gleam or Avalanche are both okay, but you definitely want the one that puts a circle on the ground. We did do your Delver list to start First Thing Strange Journey. It was a little rough. I don't think I'm gonna take any more Delver submissions. Aurora Veil, yeah, that's the one. We're gonna copy a token, and I think we're putting a counter on the Chariot, because they're pretty likely to sweep me next turn, I think. I want to get my counter on something that keeps it. Will we get another turn chat? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You know, Precipic, I will say this. Getting extra turned a bunch in Magic recently made me realize the big reason I kind of fell out of love with Runeterra. It was definitely because the increase in rally effects are basically Runeterra's version of taking extra turns. And their more recent designs really scaled up their use of the rally mechanic by a lot. Okay, so they're bouncing that in response, so we then just crew with these. Yeah, I actually agree with you, Lampton. I think Nexus of Fate feels worse to play against because it takes literally infinite turns, but I think on a power level perspective, the more I play against Epiphany, the more I think it's better than Nexus of Fate was. Copy a token, put a counter here. They have an unsummoned to flashback with Lear. I didn't activate Den of the Bugbear because this way if they want to bounce the Zika's Chariot, I can replay it this turn. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, Precipic. Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree with you. Maybe I was supposed to attack with the Den to force the unsummon. Lear's just gonna, like, take over the game next turn, huh? Man, look at all the time this Epiphany bought. Just infinite time. This Grixis deck is really good shit. Is what? Yeah, exactly. Is have like 2 more unsummons hanging out here being ready to cast? Oh no. Oh no. I don't have white mana. What a tilter. I was like, oh, I'll just cast that off the top with Ranger class. I don't have white mana. Brutal.
We prefer not to fight, but we also will not hold back. Heed the trees. They prepare for war.
Correct, Magnus. Only creatures off the top of your deck. Oh, and they just have a power word kill. Yeah, we're just dead. All right, I think I'm off a standard for the day. It's been the games against these Epiphany decks are really rancid. Let's try some historic. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I'm not gonna start Unite 2 hours early. I think I'm gonna do a third Magic deck, but like, this deck had some okay games, but just the Epiphany matchups they're just not fun. They're really like, yeah, come on, Wizards, fix your shit.